Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone all across the world, and everybody who is participating on this our first ever Do More with Data Summit. Welcome. Here, this is the first time we are doing this summit, and we have an amazing agenda in front of us throughout the day. For us, first of all, I would like to thank all the participants. I would like to thank all the speakers and a fantastic team at Litmus who put all of this together. Like for us, the whole idea is Industry 4.0, industrial IoT, smart manufacturing, factory of the future. However we define it, it's now. And the summit that we put together, it's really about helping doers and dreamers do more with data. This doers and doers comes from multiple different angles. It comes from many different sides where it might start from just solving a specific business challenge, or it might come from cybersecurity perspective, or it might come from cloud first manufacturing initiatives that we have. But doing more with data isn't necessarily easy. Why? There are a lot of different challenges that we see on a day-by-day basis. This is our way of bringing our experience to everybody who is participating on this amazing webinar. So if we go deeper, what we see is 70% digital transformation project fail. This is defined by LNS research. It is published by Jamie Wells in April 19th. That manufacturing are failing digital transformation initiatives, and this is factually correct. When we go as a Litmus in front of customers, we see a very similar pattern. Litmus started in 2015 with a very simple idea that we wanted to connect everything on a plant floor on a single platform. The idea that we got started from, it comes from my own personal background as an industrial automation engineer. Industrial automation engineer who is developing the PLC logic or SCADA or ladder diagram. That's where the idea started, which is let's connect all of this control system onto a single platform. Over the first, I would say 3 to 4 years of our company's journey, we saw a large amount of pushback from the industry itself. We failed a bunch of times. And there were few reasons that we identified. So when LNS, when broader markets says that 70% initiatives are failing, there are 5 key reasons that we identified. One of the first one was resistance. Why would I need to connect my plant floor to cloud? Why do I need to connect my this industrial CNC machine to some OEE monitoring system? Why do I need to change my existing processes that might be disruptive for my production environment? Second one was knowledge gap. When we reach out to customers, they will keep on asking us that educate us. Why do we need to do smart manufacturing? Why do we need to install your product? Why do we need to go ahead and learn more about where cloud is going to help us? Educate us on everything. So a lot of proof of concepts, a lot of pilots that we were going on. And when customers go to those proof of concept to fulfill that knowledge gap, everything that they were doing was tech intensive. There were a few different vendors suggesting few different architectures. Somebody was suggesting brand new sensor installation. Somebody was suggesting a brand new software, replacing existing software. It was just too complex. It was tech intensive. Every digital transformation project that we worked on, there was a pushback from the tech intensive side of it. Then there were barriers created by legacy vendors. Legacy vendors, they might be industrial automation vendors or some specific vendors who have created purpose-built applications. Customers, they will keep on saying, we'll rely on existing vendors to bring this tech to us. 4 years running, they still couldn't bring that tech to them because it was not their core business to begin with. And then on the top of it, if tech intensive nature of digital transformation was not enough. Broken ecosystem did not help. Large amount of siloed, vertical specific, and abstracted solutions were created. Uh, there is a problem, and we are going to address this problem with this specific solution that we are going to design. Rather than thinking industry as a whole, lot of siloed solutions they were designed. Like these were 5 key reasons when we were entering in the market in the first place. Over the last few years, though, a lot of things changed. From 2019 to 2023, our own personal experience is we are growing more than 100% year over year. Number of sites deployed across the world, we are growing that aggressively. Why? Why all of a sudden there is a much larger pull from the market? There are 3 different reasons for it, and they all come from maturity of the digital transformation initiatives itself. It starts with tech maturity. There is much simplified edge to cloud journey. At first, everybody was keep on talking about like there is an edge, there is a far edge, there is a new sensor that we will have to install, there is a new gateway. Let's do it in Raspberry Pi. Let's do it in a server grade infrastructure. Let's do it with Kubernetes. But a lot of these things they are maturing on its own, and consolidation happened in terms of architecture. And there is a much simplified edge to cloud journey. They were encouraged by cloud companies because if you are pushing large amount of data to cloud, it might as well be very simple. It might be very well secure. Even with the standards lacking, a lot of our industry came together to define this secure architecture. It's a very huge point. The second one is business maturity. In the first few years, our own experience was to keep on educating the customers. We had to keep on telling customers that you require these to initiate your digital transformation initiative. Versus there is a pull. I have this problem statement. I have this business result that I would like to achieve, and I would like to utilize this few technologies to achieve this. And that pull comes from real business maturity. There are ROI-driven projects that we are seeing on a day-by-day basis. And then on the top of it, there is enough awareness in the market that we don't have to disrupt everything for us to initiate this edge to cloud data-driven decision-making journey. The third and the biggest one, why we are here today, is ecosystem maturity. There is a general understanding that collaboration is required. Marrying new technology with the old technology is inevitable. Without that, we cannot be successful in this industry. On the positive front of all 3 of them, there needs to be a specific highlight on the ecosystem as well as business maturity and tech maturity itself. So when we go in front of customers, let's say 2023, there needs to be a general understanding that vendors are more complementary than overlapping. There are more ready-to-go solutions available. There is still a fragmented implementation patterns. What does that mean is every seller goes to customer in their own isolated environment. They deploy their own product, they deploy their own services, and customers are really happy with that. Then customer wants to purchase another layer. That might be analytics layer, that might be visualization layer, that might be cloud layer. But all of this different technology debt, it actually piles on the top of each other. So there is a really big need in the market to make sure that customers, partners, and ecosystem as a whole realize that there is a fragmentation in this implementation pattern. If you look at the broader ecosystem, there are so many components, there are so many different angles that we can address Industry 4.0 challenges from. It might come from OT layers. Like somebody is designing a brand new virtual PLC. It might come from OT layer. Somebody is designing a PLC monitoring system or a cybersecurity monitoring system. It all comes from OT layer. Then there are companies They come from MES side, redesigning MES ground up to be on the cloud first, cloud native approach. Or there are enterprise applications which are built, which are also ground up created for this modern ecosystem. Then you have a vendors like Litmus trying to address data collection, normalization, contextualization at the edge. But there are a lot of other components, might be analytical components, might be visualization components, might be business intelligence components, workflow components, machine learning, artificial intelligence, data warehousing. Each vendor that you are going to see today, each partner, each ecosystem participant that you're going to see today, they address the same problem in a very well-defined way. They might take angle from enterprise-wide data contextualization and solve the journey end-to-end for a customer. Somebody might tackle the data warehousing and analytics. They're still relying on other partners to go ahead and figure out the rest of the journey. And all of this different players in the ecosystem, we got a chance to put them together. So this event, we did not want to make it about Litmus. We did not want to say that Litmus does this and Litmus does that. All we wanted to do was address this three notions that we have, that we don't want to be isolated in terms of implementation pattern, and everything that we are doing, there is a clear value definition defined for it. Like, let's try to address industry as a whole, so we can jointly create solutions which are bringing value to the market much more faster and much more secure, much more reliable way. So what's next? Like we have an exciting day in front of us. That there are from throughout the day, you are going to hear from companies like Google, Instrumental, Owl Cybersecurity, Cloudera, Cognite, Tulip, Inductive Automation, like Uptake again, and many more. You're going to hear from all of us for our angle on how, like from their angle on how they take care of like a specific portions of Industry 4.0 or a much broader portion of Industry 4.0. Now, technology talk aside, there is a secondary side of this digital transformation, which is equally more powerful, equally more important. And for that, I would like to introduce you our keynote speaker, Jack Hall.